Welcome back to the one more paper analysis. In today's video, we will be talking about the Uttarakhand UCC bill which was proposed in the assembly. First of all, when we talk about some sort of major highlights, that the CM or the Chief Minister's Pushkar Raj Dhami arrives at the State Assembly with the UCC bill. When we talk about the UCC bill, it's a very important bill that needs to be passed in the Assembly. According to the UCC bill, if we talk about the UCC, what it means actually, so it means that all sections of the society, irrespective of their religion, shall be treated equally according to the National Civil Code, which shall be applicable to all uniformly, which means that that rule or that particular bill will be proposed to the entire divisions of the society. But this was proposed, if we talk specific about this bill, then this bill proposes a common law on marriage, divorce and property and inheritance for all the citizens irrespective of their religion in the state, excluding the scheduled tribes. It's actually excluded the scheduled tribes from the complete satire of this problem, and that we can easily understood for the reason of this particular bill. And according to the assembly or according to the proposition, the financial ministers also supported this action of Chief Minister. So if we want equality, because this bill contains two more important highlights, let's take a look over that. So what the first major highlights that this bill contains is halala. Now there is one statement which states that in matter related to divorce, men and women would have the same rights. He said, adding that this would end evil practices. This bill will end the evil practices, and they uses two words in this particular statement which are halala and idadat. Now they both are Arabic words. Now we will take the look over these two words easily, right? So when we talk about the halala or halal which means something to halal or something which is permissible or that particular thing, because it's related to some sort of evil practices, right? But when we talk about this second word which is idadat, what that idadat word means, so that idadat word is again an Arabic word that I have mentioned in my previous statement, that idadat is an Arabic word which means the period of waiting. Like suppose you can take an example of a personality, or you can take an example of a woman which is married to one person, right? Now one woman is married to that person and that particular man dies due to some sort of reason, due to some natural or man-made reason. If he died, then that particular woman should marry, or that particular woman will marry to the next person. So the time interval between them is actually referenced to as an idadat, which means it is the waiting period that a woman must observe after a divorce or a death of her husband. That particular statement is mentioned in that bill because this bill, as you can see, this particular statement which is mentioned, that this bill will end the evil practices such as halala and idadat, which is a very important and the crucial part of this bill. Talking about one more thing, or the one last highlight in this particular bill, is that all children equal, which means the children which is born out due to some sort of living relationships, which are not actually married relationships, due to some living relationships, due to any children got born, then they will be considered to the legitimate children of the couple under the UCC. And these were the major highlights of the bill UCC. Talking about some more highlights or some more headlines which are there in today's newspaper, which is like Trump is not immune for charges in the Gen 6 case. Now talking about the major article read, let's take a look over that article read and let's understand how it is getting worked. A federal appeals court on Tuesday ruled that Donald Trump does not have immunity from charges that he plotted to overturn his 2020 election defeat, bringing him a step closer to the unprecedented criminal trial. A three-judged panel of the US Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit rejected Mr. Trump's claim that he cannot be prosecuted because that allegation related to official responsibilities as president. Now this is a very important breakthrough over here which we are just observing, and those who don't know what happened on Gen 6 or what that Gen 6 case is, so talking about that Gen 6 case, so there was one complete event which was actually ruined by the Donald Trump supporters. Like on January 6, 2021, the supporters of President Donald Trump attacked the US Capitol building, disrupting the joint session of Congress assembled to count electoral votes to formalize Biden's victory. Now you can see this image. This image signifies that how Trump's followers got into that the building of Constitution, or you can see the US Capitol building, how the Trump's followers got attacked there, and they are just trying to overturn this election defeat which was happened on 2020 election. So this was a major breakthrough. Again, it was a very interesting lead in that case, in which the Trump is getting very much confused during that cases. Talking about the next headlines, this is the very important breakthrough, because we are just, the Kerala is coming into the highlights many much when we talk about the union ministry fights of it. So the Kerala is one of the most financially unhealthy states in the country, as the union government is taking its call. The center has told the Supreme Court that Kerala was one of the most financially unhealthy states, and talking about the major statement is this: any financial stress that the Kerala government is facing is purely due to its own financial mismanagement. What the union government thinks is that the Kerala is facing all sort of financial problem because of its own financial mismanagements. They are not able to manage these finances in a managerial way. The union is giving him the grants, but the thing what the Kerala government is thinking is completely confused, right? And because of that, the union government said substantial financial resources were provided to the Kerala government from 2020 and 2021 to 2023, 2024 and over and above the amount recommended by the 5th Finance Commission. And as you can see, the Kerala is still struggling when we talk about the financial management. And for that, the center blames the government lack of proper management of public finances for its poor fiscal condition. It says financial resources have been provided to Kerala over and above the amount recommended by the 5th Finance Commission. It actually means that union government is up to that union government is actually granting funds to the Kerala government, but the Kerala government is facing that problems because its own mismanagement of finance conditions. So this was the main heading, and there was one more thing which is an important part of that the today's headlines, which is important to be understood because it will actually affect the election. So let's see what is the major news. So it was not that much major, but it is a major news. When you talk about the Hindu Bureau, which was located in New Delhi, the Modi headed the committee to meet today to the select new election commission. As we know, what the elections are nearer, and right now the personality or the election commissioner of India, whose name is Anup Chandra Pandey, was about to retire from his post. So a committee headed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will meet on Wednesday to select a candidate from post of election commissioner. As there are two election commissioners, Arun Goyal and Anup Chandra Pandey. Anup Chandra Pandey is about to leave on 14th Feb. So the Modi is about to fix that thing. So the meeting will be held to fill the vacancy that will arise when Election Commissioner Arup Chandra Pandey demits office on February 14. As its sources, they are not the exact news, but they are as the sources said. This is the first meeting of the committee since a new law for the appointment of ECE and other ECs came into the January 2. The other members of the panel are the Union Ministry nominated by the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha. There are two last headlines which I think that you should understand, which are NIA. The most of people don't know what is NIA. So NIA is the National Investigation Agency. NIA has charged sheet 24 alleged operatives of international syndicates involved in trafficking of Bangladeshi nationals and Rohingyas of Myanmar originated into India based on the forged Indian identity documents. Yes, we are seeing again that the outsiders are just forging the documents of Indian constitution and they are just actually living into that India, and that NIA again detected that. The syndicates who sold some Rohingya women to the older men for marriage, and that culture is actually devastating the Indians in a very great way. As you can see, the places like Assam and all, they are actually get affected due to these malpractices. The accused persons include 4 Bangladeshi traditionals and 1 Rohingyas, and NIA had initially arrested 29 persons during the raid conducted across 39 locations in Tripura. As Assam, J&K, Bangladesh in coordination with the state police agencies, and we can see that these states are actually facing this problem from many large time, right? When you talk about the past few years, these actually places have faced this problem of getting the foreign invasions like this. So we are just seeing that. The last news is Myanmar border will be fully fenced as this government, Amit Shah and Narendra Modi government, or we can say the BJP government, is like now focusing on to strengthen their borders, and for that they are just focused to just strengthen the border of Myanmar, as the two cities which are, when you talk about the cities like Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur, so at that particular there the Myanmar border actually touched, so they are actually trying to make it more powerful, and for that they are just introducing a surveillance system. When you talk about the surveillance system, so on the total border length of 10 meter stretch in Mora, Manipur has already been fenced. 2 pilot projects are there to create a fence using an hybrid surveillance system. Under the execution, they will fence a strength of 1 kilometer each in Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur. Additionally, fencing covering 20 kilometer in Manipur have also been approved, and they will start to work. So these are the actual things or actual highlight. I hope you are just like this video, and if you are just like, just share with your friends, and we will be back soon with more headlines. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's Harshvardhan signing off, and follow this channel. Bye.